Yeah, I mean, the last season with Gen G was a roller coaster, I'd say. You know, winning the first major, to finding out I was removed from the team before the third major even happened. It was a bit rough, but I'm still grateful for the whole experience with them. After finding out I was kicked from Gen G, I was mostly confused. I couldn't think of anything that was at fault. You know, I tried to do what I could as a good teammate. I didn't really stop grinding. Inevitably, I found out that it was for a player who was the MVP of NA, you know, so it's kind of hard to argue against that. But after being removed this recent time, I just wanted to win even more.
Time to see. It's been like, yeah, it was rough. Like 2 weeks or something.
That was the flight.
It was done.
It was only like 6 hours.
Yeah, I usually don't wear them.
For you? Yeah. Really? You had one flight?
Sleep one flight.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Connected.
I hardly slept.
How you doing, guys?
You can introduce me. I'm Alan.
Nice you, Alan.
How you doing? You alright?
Pretty good, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Kyle.
How you doing? You finding it alright here? Having a good time?
Hey, what's up? Yeah,
But this is where we'll be most of the time anyway.
God, I'm not.
No, wait until you get upstairs. I hit my head 3 times this morning on the ceiling. I guess practice room. This is where we'll be at.
Go ahead and drop this off. It's literally just my controller, basically.
Really? It's not that far back?
Not much, yeah.
Far left.
Controller.
Yeah. Get your name on it, everything.
Oh, don't do shit.
Damn, we need trophies like that.
Nice. Yeah, but kitchen, chef. And this is where we'll be most of the time now, I think. Ping pong table.
That's wrong with us.
In case you want the smoke again.
Yeah.
How's the day so far?
Solid. Yeah. You feeling tired at all? Or?
A little bit. Nothing the Red Bull can't fix.
When I was looking at the options for players that I could team with and potential teams for me to even join, one of the things was that I wanted a mature team who all knew how to win, lead by example, and who were dedicated to the game. And I think that's what I have right here. And it's good that all of us keep each other on our toes.
I would describe the beginning of our season as very poor at the start. We were all uncomfortable how we were playing, and it was hard. I would say, like scrims, like there would be disagreements, there would be people getting upset, not in any super bad ways, but it's just like, you know, this isn't working, frustration, stuff like that. But I think once it started to click, heading into that second open qualifier, turned everything around, and once we got a top 4, we knew we could, you know, actually make the major.
Chance here for Noli to end it.
It wasn't in our fate at the very end to make it. We put ourselves in a good spot, and we relied on G2 beating TSM. And if G2 beat TSM, then we would make the LAN. And in the end, when we secured Copenhagen, it was a really good feeling. I just remember like screaming.
Especially knowing what we could do. We were a lot better in scrims and in the off season. We had a lot of pressure coming into the season as individuals and as a team. And we would have been extremely disappointed to have not made the major. I got again.
Yeah, up.
Maybe.
Not a skim.
Oh! Good shot. Yeah. Passes right
Pass. I got ball.
You got it, yeah.
Right, indeed. Yeah, I'm low here. Just gonna speed it up. Just gonna speed it. One more. Open. Nice. Let's go.
Best.
Shit.
I have to tell to stop playing different.
Damn, 800.
I've never been more confused by a guy in my life.
You're confusing me so bad. Played different is a funny fucking call, bro. You're not even saying like play, like go for the ball or stop monkeying. It's play different.
Yeah, no. If he wants to figure that out himself, you know, go for it. Just fucking change. Honestly, just change your entire being. Right? Change your identity. Just leave the game.
Another one.
And that one's pretty funny. I would be pissed off if I saw that across the stage.
It's all good. Well, like I broke you yesterday, and
Bedroom, go to sleep, go to bed.
I don't like your face.
What you mean you don't like my face?
No, yeah. That voice. Do the win. Yeah.
Give me that.
3, 2, 1.
Look like your face, dude. Bro, what the
Thank you.
I'm getting abused. What the
That's rocking!
The boot camp in Lisbon has been insane. We've been doing a lot of gaming. We got to go to the beach on the first day, but I think overall just the Portugal and the weather and just the whole vibe of it is amazing. The scrims have been a little rough to start. We've slowly been getting better every single day.
I would say the first day or two was rough on the scrims just because like jet lag, people are tired, whatever. We kind of expected that, and I think after that we kind of hit the ground, and I think scrims have been well. We've been productive and scrimming a lot of good teams, pretty much every team at the major.
So far, I've loved getting to hang out with the guys, whether it was for boot camping for the 3rd regional or when I briefly got to meet them when we were doing some content before. I just really like hanging out with these guys. It's great playing with them in person, and I'm looking forward to any other future boot camps we'll have.
You have space on your luggage for this?
I hope so.
I don't think so.
Nah, I'll make it work. I'll squash everything in.
Not many torment ones, I'm noticing. You got this one and that's it.
Is that my only one?
That's your only one, dog.
This is me doing a Google search.
Thanks. I'll take that. I'll remember that.
Nice to see you. Good luck to you all out there, man.
Appreciate it.
Hope to see you lift your first trophy. Copenhagen together. Nice place to do it.
Alright.
Let's head out.
Bring the monkey to
Yeah, kick some ass. Kick some ass.
I think I'm taking the next one.
Yeah, well, either way, getting them out of the way.
I think this is exactly what we needed. You know, we got a lot of practice in, you know, that was needed. But we also got more time to spend with each other, you know, people at OG. So our minds are fresh. I think all of us are in the best mood we could be. And yeah, ready to dominate.
I can't do it. Are we going for like a Fortnite contest? Man.
Tommy got the air just flowing. What up, bro? How you doing, bro?
Good, how are you?
How's the flight and everything?
It was alright.
It was alright?
Yeah, got a little delay that kind of...
It did?
Well, they just had us on the runway for like an hour, so probably been there a while ago, but yeah.
That's crazy, that's crazy. Look at you, bro. You got the flow, man. You know, look grown, bro. Look at him. That's crazy. How's it coaching?
It's been good.
Been good? How's it coaching now?
Easy, for the most part. They don't give me much trouble.
So happy everybody here, bro. Look at y'all, man. I didn't think y'all were getting in tonight.
We're the last ones, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
you might. Oh.
We had a really late flight, and it was like 4 hours.
From Portugal, that's where y'all booked in?
Yeah, there's like an OG house out there.
That's what's up. You're so rich. What's this camera doing? What's up? What's up?
Media day, you know, a little bit frustrated because all I want to do is play the game, but you know, commitments, sort of got to do, part of being a professional. But I mean, it looks cool, looks alright, decent people always to work with, so we'll fly through it and then get back to practicing later.
Oh my god. That was weird. It moved twice. It moved to one position, then moved to the other.
Not supposed to do that, I believe. Okay, let's put it back. You broke the chair.
Is it just one handshake, or are we doing it like all around?
Make sure all of you get your handshake.
Everyone gets a handshake, all right.
Yeah, you don't have to take it.
I mean, if I wanted to like that, I need some space.
Maybe Noli just handshakes us.
That works. I definitely think we have a shot at making it far in the event, especially because we're a momentum-based team. So if we're like really feeling it, then it doesn't matter what team, like it could be Carmine at their best. As long as we're confident in our own abilities and we feel like we're playing the way we want to, I think it doesn't matter like what team's in front of us.
All right, guys, today, some Rocket League. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's go. Damn, these things like...
I can't hear shit.
Suctions to my face.
Yeah,
you're getting squeezed, dude.
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure. How's this light?
The light above.
I mean, you'll have a hat on.
Yeah, I'll be sure.
Telling you the hats.
Well, I hope so.
I would say the team's really confident right now. We kind of know that if we play to our level, we have a chance against any team. And it's just about like playing to that level consistently, you know, minimizing the mistakes because we see these EU teams especially. They're the top teams right now and they don't really make many mistakes. So you kind of just have to play to that level. And we know we can play to that level. It's just, you know, having to do it consistently across a full series will be the goal, I guess.
As weird as it's gonna sound, right? I like Roblox. Like, there's so many different games that you can. Like, I used to. You ever play Phantom Forces?
No, I have friends that did that.
Yeah, it was like an FPS in Roblox, and it was so good.
Grind that shit in school.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was so easy to play.
Yeah.
There was like code as well.
I was in Agar.io main in class.
Really?
Yeah. I was cracked at Agar.io.
I could never get into it. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I never got to. And then chess. I was grinding chess in class.
Yo, boys, listen for a second.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think we did a really good job there, like, especially in that last game of cutting in, like, whenever we were keeping pressure and whenever the ball was low especially, but anytime, I remember you and I did it towards the end of that game, Noli, like, I was in their corner, and if the ball's, like, gonna be anywhere near over me, or I think there's gonna be no follow on a chow, I just left. And then that buys enough time for Noli to send, and then Naps, you were across, and you were able to cut it and follow, and then I'm third.
I agree. I remember that exactly when you were on the right wall. That I think because our spacing's so like wide that we have time to evaluate like if it's actually worth it to go a second or like leave or fake or anything. So we have more time to think about like.
Look at the boys. Look at the boys. Guys there.
Hey.
What's up?
Good luck.
My man.
Good luck.
I'm at an RLCS LAN.
What the fuck was that?
It's set to 360 FPS.
All 60 FPS.
No, that's like 5 FPS.
My game is running slower.
That's proper gameplay right there. That's real gameplay.
My RLCS
falls out.
The Falcons match is definitely going to be either completely them or completely us. I don't think there's going to really be an in-between. We have a game plan for them, and I'm sure they're trying to game plan for us. Win or loss, you know, we're in Swiss, but we are pushing for that win.
Against Falcons, I would expect they're going to be a very fast team. They play at a really high pace. You know, the MENA teams are known to, they always stay max speed. They always go for the ball like when they have a chance to even win the ball or anything. We know to expect that from them, and then high mechanical skill. We know we have to have a really good challenge game, have really good comms, and like make sure the rotation's consistent.
You good? Okay. Just remember, not a man who gives speech. And remember, Jacob, LAN winner. You're LAN winner, LAN winner, LAN winner. This is your home, okay? They're not. They're just shit. Go for it, okay? You smash this. There's no speech, just facts. You go for it, okay? That's what I'm talking about. All right, that's my boys.
North America starting to take the stage. But right now, already, we're seeing a little bit of pressure coming out for Team Falcons. Noli's on the back wall, has to watch out for Roas. He hits it straight to him, and Kaliers tries to play that off the back wall, but Com's there to carry that straight into the midfield. Good challenge here. OG been able to hold on defensively, and Noli is going to get the first goal.
OG already with the goal. You know that Com is that vocal guy. They run off of adrenaline, and OG are getting real close. Noli with a shot! The creeps in the corner. Offense, you got to keep an eye on them, and Falcons have saved everything thus far. Backwall. Oh, this is a deadly place to drop it for J-Naps as TRK disengages. Roas steps up. Kaliers jumping right behind him. Goes with a shot. Jolly! Wasn't there? Falcons! Game 1! Falcons have been good at finding those rebounds and catching OG off guard. Long clear. Roas, he couldn't stop it! That's where OG just needed one to fire up those engines again, at least metaphorically. Falcons, though, their defense, it just creeps by them! OG with a second one!
Falcons with a chance to equalize. They got a minute, 16 seconds to do it.
Falcons have been in that shadow even when OG... Oh, well, no longer in that shadow. It's getting further and further away. Great kickoff by OG.
We saw what OG could do, and they did have this game close until the end, where Kaliers stepped up and cemented the series. Now, the rest of this will be a formality as we wait for this one to hit the ground, but man, oh man, what a start for Team Falcons.
Yes.
I
feel like we were playing well. Like, we know the little mistakes they're a good team they're going to punish. But
I think overall we even
outplayed them. Game 1, 100% we threw that game 1. Which is like, it sucks, but we have to just move on.
We know we function anyway, but overall, like, the game was good.
We were up, we were playing to win, and then as soon as we were up, we played to lose.
Yeah, like you have a feeling when you're controlling the game, and the scoreboard doesn't show that.
I think there's a lot of pressure that comes with the people we have on our team. I mean, we're all a team of people that are winners. We all won very, very big events. I think there's definitely a certain high level of expectation to perform.
Work in the park. Know what I'm talking about? Just no. You're the best player in the world. You don't care about that. Just go for it. Just get your shit together, as you know. Like, you know what you want to work on. Then we go into the next big point.
It's been a tame match so far. Limitless will not complain. They might complain with the situation they now find themselves in. Oh, it's a save. Like, what is happening?
I was just completely in. And Jainab said, you know what? Let's not have the first goal on the board already.
Don't like it. There it is, though.
I wouldn't say they're looking at this stage to like they're going to absolutely dominate. They're looking to just play a bit of solid rugby.
I'm just saying, the result needs to stay exactly as it is. Oh, now Jainab sidewall double, leaves it for his teammate Com, puts it a little bit too high, and to die for makes sure of it.
Yeah, both sides lacking the finishing touch right now, Nolly. There's a drop down, it's just got to be it, there it is.
Midfield currently belongs to Limitless, and that's across the face of goal. OG looking uncomfortable, these demos are not helping.
Yeah, if you're an OG fan, you're not filled with confidence at the moment. There's a demo though, this could be the chance. Free shot surely, and that's fantastic placement. Close, get some 50s, as is Snowy. Can't quite get that one. Can't be able to work that one, and look at the demos coming through. It's just gonna be wide open. Courtesy of Nolly on that demo. We're about to find out. Limitless have really been improving game after game, but have a look at that. Beginner Lastos. He's taken everything there. I'm not sure if he was...
Oh my goodness!
He had... I mean, he should have scored.
But it's Nolly though. He doesn't allow himself to score. He has to pass. Yeah, he will find any way he can to pass. That's what he's going to claim that was.
He's the glue. The glue does not.
Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, no, he's looking for the way to set up again.
He's looking for a bump and a bump, but somehow he's landed the bump. I thought he was nowhere near to get something cracking here.
Let's die for. On his way back for now is Com. Oh!
OG will take the series in a sweep. Limitless. They will be dropping. How is okay?
Like your individual performance is good. Like so much relying on your like team performance. Like if your team is playing well, you feel like you're more confident. You're gonna play better. If your team is not playing well, like you're gonna play worse individually. You're gonna be in like worse spots when you're trying to force things. You're gonna play unnaturally, and you're not gonna be comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I wasn't hesitating as much, there was like a slight hesitation with every single like read that I was doing. You know, like I was thinking, oh, could it be this? Like, could it be a 50? Could it be a beat? When I should just be like, oh, it's a beat, and then I go. You know.
Yeah.
So.
It's the perfect example for what I'm saying. It's like you are closer to the ball, but you want Nolly to cut it for you just for the safe place.
That's not why we don't have offense. I'm first man here, right? So
I'm not even saying just offense though. Like we're letting in goals. We're
so
giving
I'm going
pressure
as first, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cut in when I get a chance here. But somehow, suddenly, I'm not gonna get the chance to ever cut in here.
Could jump.
This is what I'm talking about. This is just an example of like Com can go, but he wants to make it the safe play where Nolly cuts and then he.
I mean, I think I'm beat here to be honest.
I think you could put a body up on that. If you jump right there, you easily
I did not expect the ball to go here.
There's no.
But even then, you can react to that.
The teams in Copenhagen, I think, talent-wise, this is probably the hardest major that there's ever been. Especially like the 4 French EU teams are going to be strong competitors.
I respect the competition, as with any event. Like they're there for a reason. So pretty much anybody who end up playing, we're going to take very seriously. Whether they're from a major region, they're from EUNA, or they're from some minor region, we know that they're going to be a very good team.
I think the level always gets higher and higher, but I would say the level that it is now, you really have to be on your game to win, and you have to take everything, 100%. So yeah, we are just building our way slowly up to that, and hopefully by the time we get there, it'll be a complete noise.
That led to the best chance that we've seen from OG, but Vitality's defense continues to make those stops.
OG's offense just doesn't really seem to be warranting too much. Vitality's had a read for the most part. Napstar, the free shot. Follow from Com goes in.
Vitality, they've won the last 2 RLCS LAN events. Still time to make that 3, and that is the
best start you could hope for.
Noli's moving upfield trying to make a playoff ball, while Rodosin flicks this pass one. Gets the pass calm, but Naps in the midfield has been very effective.
There's a demo.
Demo in the back end as Zin clears it, but Noli keeps it in play. Can he get a good follow-up touch? Pass and Naps. This hits the ground, it's over. Zin trying to ground it. Calm trying to play the 50 high. Bounces off the hood. Noli keeps this one in the corner. Naps is there quickly, looking for the bump on Zin. Zin's awkward. Calm! No! It's denied. Can Noli get there? He wave dashes and pushes it into the corner. Now looking for the follow, but he gets away! And Vitality will take the series in a sweep.
Every time we put ourselves in the box, we do that shit. Like, not that we don't agree with each other on everything, and I think that's our strong point. And every time we try to force each other to agree on things, we it's over instantly, right?
We have to like wonder why we started playing like this, right? Like, because obviously what we were doing before wasn't working. So that's why we made an adjustment.
Well, I gotta step in because what we were doing before, it was day one boot camp, right? Is when this was brought up, which I think is too late. First off, I said that on that day. I think it's too late to change how we want to play. You know, like you guys agree? I think we made that mistake before. Again, I said that. I just think it's like this is working, but it wasn't working on that day, and there could be other variables.
But each of us know how to play the game, right? So we shouldn't put ourselves in a box. Like, we should be completely free and be able to do whatever the fuck we want. But it just doesn't happen whenever we try to speak about something too much.
We know now this doesn't work, or what things don't, and like that's just as important as knowing what does work, right? Because yeah, it's great if you can have the this is the way we have to play, but it's also good to know actually this isn't going to work, and we know we can kind of put this away and make adjustments. Like, you're never going to fit everything in the box. Trying to change everything every day based on what happened in scrims or what happened there, good to reflect, but at the end of the day, make a conclusion, commit to the idea, and just go for it. And it's like, we found it didn't work. Okay, great. We know what does work. You can always fall back to that. So it's like, try, fail, reiterate.
Yeah. If you win, Kai's gonna twist his knees.
What? Fucking go!
Removing Nolly, and you were saying earlier, Lemon, the aggression from LG is absolutely their bread and butter.
Oh, and that's a shot for J-Naps, and you hear the stage get loud as J-Naps had the first goal happen, but doesn't have his teammates there, needing to rotate back for boost. But OG command that midfield. It's a shot of the defender. OG 2-0. Now Calm will be tested, and he's like, oh, jeez, I'll get out of his way. J-Naps with a shot, saved at the last second. And it won't be a counterattack out of Luminosity, but I love the way that Luminosity has been able to bounce back up until J-Naps and Stage off and all over again. What a consistent defense, but how do they turn this into an offense? 40 seconds left as Calm wants to win the midfield. The J-Naps step on the mains, 2-1. OG, the momentum, the wind in their sails, but here's Reddles sailing across. Magic Bear in support. Reddles hoping to boost starve them, and it's sort of working. OG up to position around it. Magic Bear makes sure the red carpet is down. The last 10 seconds, it could end OG Swiss here and now, and Luminosity could get the revenge. Here's J-Naps wanting to pass, and Cheese breaks it up at the last second. The boys in blue get the green light to the next round.
Poor results happen. I've lost many times in my career, and I'll lose many more times. That's just the nature of it. I think, as we showed in this last season after the first regional, we're a great team with mentality. We know how to bounce back from losses. We've all been doing it for many years now. And we're just gonna go home, we're gonna suck it up, we're gonna play more, we're gonna talk about what happened, we're gonna fix our mistakes, and we're gonna be better for the next one.
We have a short break at home, so you don't have time to dwell on it. And we also, our main goal is to qualify for the World Championship at the end of the year. We have to really focus on making that major too, because that would almost guarantee us making Worlds if we qualify for the next major.
Even making the major is good just to make it to Worlds, and then the goal is obviously to make the next major, and then we can bounce back.
Results sometimes never go as planned. You know, that happens, that's the whole part of being a competitor. But we'll improve and we'll learn from that loss, and we'll take it into the next major and try and win that one.
So like, just know one thing, don't feel like you're not good enough. Please do not think that at all. You know you're much better than that. Yeah. I know it's a tough one, but just, that's because it's so tough that generate this for fire. Like, yeah, take the fucking fire in.
Thanks to the fans. You guys are a major reason for why I continue to do this, why all of us continue to do this. We continue to see your support, and truly, once again, thank you.
Thank you for still supporting us even after a rough loss and believing in us. I saw a lot of people still believe in us because we all have that bounce back ability and our maturity levels are up there to the point where one loss doesn't determine us as a team. With OG and the team that I have, it's a team that I wanted because I knew that we could win. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked the players and the coach. Winning will be inevitable. It's just about the process in between.